Well, I want to say good morning. It's March 3rd, 2025. We are the Elderly Brothers. I'm Larry. And
I'm Artie, and I'm in Florida, and Larry's in New York, and we're here with the wonderful technology that exists.
the metaverse has brought us here.
The what brought us here?
The metaverse.
The metaverse. I keep forgetting about the metaverse.
The metaverse works.
We're in it, I guess. Well, you were going to, speaking of the metaverse, we were going to talk about the high technology of TV remotes.
Yes. So here's um, the way it's been playing out in my life. One is, well, first of all, you got to remember you used to have to get up and go change the station on the TV.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that
And
changed
our TV used to be about 14 inches, I think.
that. I had one that was a big screen and it weighed about 600 pounds, filled the room. So, but in any case, so now with the remote, you got a lot more power. And the power that I've been trying to exert is I can't stand listening to the side effects of all the meds that they advertise on TV. That you're going to get a cracked perineum and your eyes are going to bleed and all that kind of stuff. So I can mute it, or I can change the station. Part of the problem is when you change the station, when there's a commercial on, the next station you go to, there's a commercial on.
Yeah,
Often,
they've got it all timed out. That's why
often
that doesn't work. That's why the mute button is so important.
it's
And if you're one of those things, several of them will make your thumbs fall off, and if that happens, you can't even use your remote.
this is true, and
Well, I guess you could, but you have to use your nose.
I think you need now an exercise program that keeps your thumbs from blowing out.
Yeah, or trains other fingers to do the work.
Well, that would be good.
Your thumbs do the walking. But yeah, now you can mute and well, I don't know if you can mute. I've never tried to mute with my voice, but if you've got a smart TV and your remote lets you talk to it, you can get on closed caption and stuff. But I don't know if you can mute. So
I've
the
tried it.
the mute button is critical.
I haven't been able to mute vocally. But so then there's another dimension to this, and that is that I often watch TV with my wife. And at one point, we it got where we needed to have two remote controls.
Trouble.
Well, yes and no. I mean, it worked out pretty well in that often we were at the same place, but often we were changing that minute in that program that you wanted to see, and she decided she wanted to see something else. So
Well, that is an issue I didn't ever have. We only had one remote control.
yeah, it's I recommend it. I say, or just trying it out, just to see how simpatico you can be,
How what?
simpatico with each other.
Oh yeah, right. It's all mental. You think about it, they think about it.
But yeah, so I enjoy the control, um, but it doesn't allow you to doze off as much because you got to constantly be hitting that remote to either mute it or change the station.
Yeah, you got to keep it in your hand, which is dumb,
Well,
just having to hold that remote.
it's embarrassing.
Yeah. Or, you can just maybe try and ignore the medical ads but you can't because they're there all the time.
It's true constantly, and so we can veer into another one, being another topic, being the medical ads. And if what's amazing, I don't know if you ever tried it, but if you just turn off the sound when they're doing the Jardiance dance down the street numbers, it's great in that there's a lot of song and dance people that are working, but
Yeah, it's
it's
an employment thing. I'm amazed at here's one thing in commercials, these fancy commercials, but they're for beds, but they're done like on a big sailboat, that kind of thing, and they stop and then they show people eating lunch, and it looks like they're eating a peanut butter sandwich on this yacht. I mean, it's so cheap, it's unbelievable.
I'll have to look for that. I
Yeah,
never
you
noticed
got to
that.
check that out. Got to check that out. Well, uh, maybe we've overdone commercials and remotes, but let's move on to another really important subject for people of the a senior age, and that's napping or not napping. When to nap or not to nap.
Okay.
And I've experimented extensively with napping, and I find that 4 o'clock hits, and most days I feel like I need a nap, maybe 30-minute nap, not nothing big.
Hmm.
But if I do, then I can't go to sleep so well at night. Even a little bit of a nap keeps me up at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I've found, well, so here's a question. How do you know, what is it that signals to you that you need a nap?
Just sort of get not drowsy, but just sort of run down and feel like I need to lay down. And then a lot of times I will, and then I pop right back up.
Yeah, for me, it's just, I get that not woozy, but just, it's like it's dialing down by itself or something.
Yeah, it isn't woozy, but you could call it woozy, but it's not. It's just I got to put my head down.
It's true. And it's good, but my problem is when I do it, well, first of all, the length. I've read all this stuff says you really shouldn't nap more than 15 minutes. And I've tried that. I've actually set the alarm and it works in that when you wake up, I feel like refreshed and everything. But I can sleep about an hour and a half and it takes me longer to wake up refreshed, but I will.
Yeah.
And then I'll sleep at night. I'm a good night sleeper as well.
I don't know. I think it's all in your head, all in my head. That it's just hard to do. You just you can't stay up all day.
I think it's in your body.
It must be. There's some message being sent there. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, let's just look at how many years you've been dealing with gravity for,
Well, you know what I thought of it the other day for some reason, that how you sleep a third of your life, right?
something like that. Yeah.
Well, we're supposed to 8 hours a day. That's
Yeah.
a third. And if you add that up to the years that we have lived, we have slept 30 years. 30 years of sleeping. My God.
What?
If you could wake up even half that time in 15 years, you look how much more you would accomplish.
Yeah, and you'd probably be wealthy and stuff.
Yeah, who knows? But it's if you if why is the body made so that it has to sleep?
Well, there's people who research that, and I think there's certain creatures that don't ever sleep.
Well, horses sleep standing up.
Yeah, but they sleep. But
I guess they sleep. I don't know. Maybe they don't.
there's some kinds of animals that actually never sleep, which is pretty well, fish sleep.
If fish, do they sleep?
I think so.
Do you think a shark sleeps?
I don't know. We'd have to look that up.
We have to get another expert
A
here.
shark sleeping expert.
Animals that sleep or don't sleep. Well, we know that cows sleep because they lay down.
They do, and you can. And what about that cow tipping thing? What was that all about?
You know, I don't know if that was a real thing or not. People talked about it.
I think
But
might be a
you
real
think
thing.
it was real?
I think so.
Well, for people who don't know what cow tipping is, you better tell them.
Well, I think you just sneak up on a cow that's sleeping, standing up, and you can push him over.
Except, how do you know the cow is asleep?
because they don't notice you came up to them? I don't
You say you climbed over this barbed wire fence, right? And you go up
know.
to a cow and you push him over. Now, where is the joy in that?
Ah, I don't know. There might be a certain sort of perverse joy and because they're so big and you can just push them over.
I find it hard to believe, actually, but maybe you can.
Well, that's when we probably should make a list of what we need to look up.
Yeah, I'm going to look up cow tipping, real or not.
Is it real or not? That might be a little segment we could
A
do.
tiny little segment. What we what we need is some pictures of people pushing cows over.
I'm sure there's a YouTube on it.
Well, I bet there is, yeah. Uh,
In
well,
case
that's yeah, cow tipping. I just think it's great.
in case you need more information.
I know everything seems to need more information.
Well, there's a whole lot more to know.
Yeah, and we don't know it, that's for sure. We
That's
know a lot of stuff, and some of it's true, but we don't
and
know everything.
every day there's new stuff that we don't know.
So you wanted to talk about eyelids too, right?
Eyelids.
We're talking old stuff today.
So this is an old thing, I think. As you might have noticed, I've really only got one functional eye, and that eye that works is good, but it's the eyelid's gotten so heavy that it interferes with my vision. Now, I've been told by a former wife that there's meds for that. There's something you can do to make that eyelid go up a little bit. I don't know. Have you ever noticed that?
I haven't noticed your eyelid though,
Have you
but
noticed?
I think sometimes my eyelids droop too, but it's not because they're not tired or anything. It's a muscle thing.
It's gravity again. So maybe there's exercises.
Yeah,
Eyelid drooping exercises. Put that on the list.
very little tiny weights that you can
So see
attach.
that? See that?
Oh yeah,
Wait, it's this eye.
yeah.
If I do that, I can see a lot better, but it's inconvenient.
Well, you need a clothespin or something.
Uh, Tape. I thought
It's more
about tape.
severe than I thought. I thought it was just like a little tiny
No,
droop.
it's hanging down there in the way.
Yeah, it definitely is. So you got half an eye now.
So we need to, and we're looking for sponsors. We got to find those people who can fix droopy eyelids.
I think it's a common thing.
But I don't think it's rare at
Well,
all.
maybe it's just an aging thing like everything else. Your eyes just get tired. Your eyelids get tired.
It's the freaking gravities. I used to have a pair of gravity boots. You know what those are? Did you ever see them?
I've seen them, yeah.
Those boots, they're like heavy boots and they have a hook on them and you can hang upside down, which was the idea. And it's actually kind of okay. But at this point, it's a little more difficult to get upside down
And stay there, yeah.
for
Well,
the,
I think we've maybe used up our time here. I forgot to set the timer, of course.
yeah, we're at 30 minutes,
No.
29 minutes.
Oh, well, it's time to wrap it up.
Okay, so that's it.
All right.
It's wrapped up.
Elderly Brothers signing off. I love you, my brother.
I love you, my brother. We'll talk soon.
Yes, we will.
Okay.